All right. Hey, everyone. It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name's Ethan Van Sciver, broadcasting at 2 a.m. It's 2 in the morning, and I just woke up. I went to sleep and just woke up in time. I need a break. I need a break. I've been working pretty hard. Just got up in time to do the last hour of CyberFrog Vampirella, which is while I went to sleep, some pretty great stuff happened. I gotta say, I was checking it out. And my goodness, we are right up against, I don't know, like almost $60,000. We're at 59 and change. So thank you all. That is nice. That's a nice thing to wake up to. This is nice. Oh wait, no, this is when I went to bed. I went to bed and it was like this. And then I like woke up and suddenly it was like this. And I was like, oh, my goodness. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Who's in the chat tonight? We've got Joseph Aldred. We've got CYBERFROG. We've got Amaron, who says no life. So here I am. I'm telling you, it's the same for me. I have no life either. I'm just working all the time. Tank says, hey guys, hey EVS, hello. Hello, Cyborg Valkyrie, Manic Boy Productions. He says, hey, congrats, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Pube Stash says, I just backed it. That's all I wanted from a guy named Pube Stash. I wanted him to back my comic. Guys with names like Pube Stash, I'm really hoping that I can entertain you. That's what it is. I just want to do comics for you. Zaid Comics says, hey, about to back. Oh, thanks, Zaid Comics. You guys are great. Let's get in touch. Let's talk about stuff. I think that, so much about here. Okay, let me talk about Comicsgate for a second again, because this is near and dear to my heart. Obviously, I think that recently, there have been some quarrels and some fights over things that just aren't important. It's just not important. What is important, what is ultimately important, is producing great and fun comic books for customers. That's it. That's the only thing that we need to have in common. All we need to have in common is at least the desire to do that. And everything else, all of this other stuff is very, very silly. And as for me, this is my primary mission. I mean, my goal in life right now is to make it possible for people who feel the way that I do, who feel that this is what comics were supposed to be. This is what comics are meant to be. My goal in life is just to make it possible for them to succeed, and it isn't easy to succeed. Working in comics for a long time, and even still, it seems like a dream to most people. Nowadays, working in comics is even more difficult unless there's something about you, unless there's some quality, some physical quality that you have, that you contain, that'll make the editor feel cool about himself. That's the best way to get hired right now. Honestly, I mean, if you are somebody who is gay or trans or black and in a wheelchair, if you are a woman who would never, ever, ever, doesn't ever need a man, I don't need no man. You are very likely going to find it easier to break into comic books than anyone else would. SSJ Future Gohan says, I think you need to have wine before every stream. Okay. No, we don't want to become we don't want to do that. We don't want to become a drunken live stream. And I was perfectly lucid. I was coherent, I believe. I think so. I might have been slurring a little bit. Who knows? But in any case, this is the thing. Comics should not be like that. Comics should be a meritocracy. They should be about whoever produces great content. That's all it should be, because ultimately, these comics are for you. These comics do not exist to flatter the ego, to flatter the sense of social righteousness and justice of some random fat ass white liberal editor over at Marvel, even over at DC. That isn't the purpose of comics. And by the way, people who do feel that way, these editors who are thinking that way and hiring accordingly and producing comics with that in mind, these people are practicing malpractice. These people need to be rooted out. They are the cause. They're the reason why so many people are walking away from comic books today. And look, all you and I can do is try to get people to come back. So that's what I'm trying to do. My goal in life is to try to find some of these people who have bled off of comic book fandom, And I mean, there was a time, guys, there was a time when you would go into a comic shop and it was full. It was shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow with people who were excited about buying the new issue of Spawn. I mean, think back to the 1990s, and think back to what that was like when you first got into comic books, whenever that was. Think back to what it was like when you would go into the comic shop and you couldn't believe it. You couldn't believe this new Jim Lee cover. You couldn't believe the baldacity of the new Rob Liefeld cover. You couldn't believe Marc Silvestri's beautiful, lush line work for the latest issue of The Darkness, or even Cyberforce. I think he evolved a lot. Marc Silvestri is one of the few Image founders that I think got better with time. Think back to that. What was that like? It's like that's the world that we can have again if we just, I think, fight back against the social justice warriors who have made this hobby absolutely no fun. Absolutely no fun. It's no fun. It's no fun. And that's why, even to this point, even at this moment, it's like even the social justice warrior comics aren't even fun to make fun of. They've taken out the most ludicrous aspects of them and just left them to be flat airplane manuals. Terrible, like bland artwork. I mean, I think there's nothing worse. By the way, a badly drawn comic book, like a badly drawn but exciting comic book, is 50 times better than an incredibly bland but well-drawn comic. That's just my opinion, but I think it's the case. So let's see. Spirits Car says Ethan knows a lot about baldacity. No, not baldacity, not my hair. Baldacity, like testicles, yeah. And then having audacity. Story time with Yang Yan Zhao says Mark's best work was his X-Men run. No, I think he got better. I think Mark Waid got better. I think he did. Uncle Trunk says, listen, if you look at listen. Look at like Mark Waid's Batman black and white stuff. When he was doing pinups of Batman, and he just settled in and he drew these gothic, beautifully rendered, detailed pieces that, by the way, everyone copied. I mean, Marc Silvestri did a piece of Batman black and white work with Batman sitting in his chair. I should find that, by the way. Let me show you this. This stuff is awesome. Marc Silvestri, Batman, black and white. Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Hold on a second. You guys, if you haven't seen this before, you're about to be blown out of your chair. I hope you're sitting down because it's going to push you right out of your seat. Oh, what the hold on a second here. Let me find it. It wouldn't let me look at it. It actually wouldn't let me look at it. Why, by the way, why is it that I look up Marc Silvestri Batman and I end up getting a ton of Dave Finch Batman? There is a difference. There's a difference. And it's not that big of a difference, but there is a difference. All right, let me just show you this. I'll just show you what I'm talking about, and some of you will remember. All right. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so this is the we're gonna get rid of this. This is the Marc Silvestri Batman page. Look at this piece of artwork right here. See if you can find this in a way that you can actually look at it bigger, because I can't. Pinterest, no, that's not working. Image co-founder Mark. Look at this. Look at the. I mean, on your best day, on anyone's best day, they rarely reach this level of magnificence. Storytime with Yang Yang Zhao says, oh, I read that one already. Sorry, I froze my chat in place and then looked at it again. Channel Isis Cart says, be sure to sign up to the first. Be sure to sign up to be the first to know when the Dinner at Rowell's campaign goes live at Indiegogo. Anything with dinner in it sounds good to me, honestly. This looks great. I mean, I don't think anybody can deny that Mark Waid. Yeah, right. Marc Silvestri, top of his game. Absolutely the top of his game at this point. Of course, they made a statue of this, a Batman black and white statue. Look at the cape, man. Look at all this detail in here. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's rock and roll. I can't define it, but I know it when I see it. And this cityscape too, with these kitty cats looking. I wonder what Kyle would do if I gave this to him to color. By the way, Marc Silvestri confirms Batman project. All right, this was last year. This was a year ago. Marc Silvestri's long-rumored Batman project is a go with DC Comics, as the publisher confirmed this week. This is just another one. Confirmed this week in San Diego that the Cyberforce creator is working on Batman Joker Deadly Duo. No word yet on exactly when it will come out. Will the comic industry still be here? For goodness sakes, story time with Yang Yang Zhao says, fine, you win. I knew it. Will the comic book industry still be here by the time Marc Silvestri finishes his Batman project for DC? I'm not sure. But Silvestri says the book will be about 7.5 issues long and will feature someone screwing with the Joker, according to the Beat. Yikes. Batman is forced to team up with the Joker when this mysterious person kidnaps Jim Gordon. Silvestri also took to Twitter to share some artwork. Well, I mean, if you don't like that, you don't like ice cream. I don't even know what to say. Look at this. See, all right, this project will be out of continuity and will come out under DC's Black Label imprint. Now, if DC's Black Label imprint can contain stuff like this, I don't even think Andy Corey could ruin it. I don't think Andy Corey could ruin DC's Black Label imprint, if it looks like this. That's beautiful. But you never know. I'm sure he would try. There would be social. Gotham City is all about social. Okay, all right. F white males. Batman suddenly decides he's he's tired of being a white male. So who knows? I don't know. What would Batman do? We would leave that to the genius of Andy Corey to find out. All right, so CYBERFROG and Vampirella exclusive variant cover. That is the reason for the season. Thank you guys for all of the support that you've thrown behind this. We're closing this out. We're at way less than an hour right now. We might be at like half an hour. We're $181 away from $60,000 for this. So thank you so much. Barb Rogers says Antifa do not equal the soldiers who stormed the beaches of Normandy to fight the Nazis in World War II. A lot of people asking me about that. A lot of people saying, do you want to talk about, Antifa? You want to talk about Antifa and what they're doing? Antifa recently, don't go to Portland, Oregon. For goodness sakes, do not go to Portland, Oregon right now and deal with Antifa. That's where they are rioting currently, and it's unsafe. Somebody, apparently some guy named Andy No, was attacked by Antifa in Portland, Oregon. I mean, that's real political violence there. It's pretty disgusting. It's pretty disturbing. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I thought about it. I was thinking, does my channel cover something like that? I don't know if it does. All right. So we got a super chat from Nasser Rabadi who says, send me a link, backstabber. Is this the real Nasser? Let me see. No, it's not. It's not the real Nasser. I was about to send him the link. But no, sorry, fake Nasser. But thank you for $2. Appreciate it. We have parody accounts of Nasser now. Antifa is the worst of the worst, obviously. And the worst thing about it is this. I've talked about this before. This is the same thing as Oberlin and the Oberlin College and the bakery across the street. There are schools that parents like me send your kids to, and the people who receive the children over there, whose job it is to actually educate, get these kids ready for the world, do nothing but radicalize them. They send your kids home an army of SJW weirdos, like angry scumbags, who think the world owes them a living and who think racism is everywhere and it is their job to call it out. It's your job to call it out. Call out racism. And that's the problem here. These guys end up in Antifa. And not only that, but their stupid ass professors are also, these educators are also in Antifa. You know, roundly, you know, fuck all of them. You know, if I could just group them up into a big, you know, a pen and then just point the finger of scorn at the entire group. F all these people. It's not bad enough that they've got the students doing it, but they've got professors out there. God, keep me away. Keep these people away from me. I want to go through my whole life without having to interact with Antifa types. And let me tell you something. I was there at the, I saw these people. I was there at the presidential inauguration in 2016. I watched Antifa come in and smash a bank. I tried to use an ATM that Antifa had just smashed, Bank of America. They went around smashing all of the ATMs. These people, it's like, and then Disney, you know, DC police just kind of stand down. Well, let them do it. All of them, throw them all in jail. Hell with them. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. They are Clan Tifa. Danny Agent 87. Good point. Cecil fan says Cecil is love. Cecil is life. I have never argued that point, not even once. You know, of course not. Gat Hanzo is in here. He says, don't forget war campaign 31 Days of Dicks. I was unaware of that. I didn't know that campaign was going on. See, that just shows you how aloof I am to everything. Cyborg Valkyrie says that's because they're all poor communists. I mean, all of them? Are these professors underpaid? Are these professors so underpaid that they are also poor communists? I think they're just all true believers. I think they're all true believers. They're just bleh. 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 Yeah. All right. Look, here's the question. Do white guys who liked Fat Thor, do you understand representation now? This is from the Mary Sue. I'm going to switch gears away from Antifa here. Antifa actually make me very, very angry. I saw a video of like a riot happening in, I think it might have been Portland, Oregon as well, where just people stood up to Antifa, and there's great video footage. This might have been the riot in which that one girl got attacked by a manlet. I can't remember what it was, but I watched the video of it, of chasing these people back, and there being a big street fight against Antifa. And like part of my 44-year-old boomer ass wanted to go over there and fight too. Like it was actual war, a little civil war on the streets of, you know, a major American city. Absolutely terrible. But I was like, yes, we got to push these people back. We got it. And then I came to my senses. Then I looked in the mirror and I went, you're not going to go street fighting, pal. You ain't street fighting, boy. Yeah. All right. So this is the Mary Sue. The Mary Sue is a hilarious feminist website. It gets funnier and funnier as time goes on. And I got this article sent to me, and I was just reminded, you know, I don't look at the Mary Sue every single day, but I kind of should. DJ Nutsack says, EVS, I'm an idiot. Break down the perks for me. We better skip back to that and do that real quick. All right, so let's go over CYBERFROG and Vampirella, the exclusive variant cover. We are at $59,990. Oh, I'm sorry, we just broke $60,000, everyone. $60,000. Thank you so much. That's huge. Oh my God. $60,000 for CYBERFROG Vampirella exclusive variant cover. Let's go over the perks while we still got time because the clock is ticking. And frankly, it doesn't have a countdown here. I can't see how it just says 1 hour. It's going to say 1 hour until it says not 1 hour anymore, which isn't right. Regular variant cover for $20. That is this cover, of course, and it says CYBERFROG and Vampirella across the top, I believe. Or it might just say Vampirella and the Reanimator, you know. This is $20. It's got all the lettering on it. Okay. Variant cover without the logo is just this plain. I mean, that's all it is. You're going to get this cover right here. You're going to get this cover. And then you can also get the black and white variant cover, which is slightly more expensive. It's more rare. Look, 17 claimed. This is the black and white variant cover. No color on it, no logo, just the artwork. It's going to look just like the piece that I turned in that I drew. I want all three. So let's just say that you want all three. You can get all three, 20, 20, $30. Ultimately, this would be $70, but here you can get all three of them for $50, which means basically buy two, get one free. It's a pretty good deal. Now, people did hit me up and say, Ethan, I don't want the comic book. I just want the artwork. I want a poster of this. Can you make a poster of this? So I decided to do that and make sure that it was signed. This is the signed poster print. This high quality lithograph. It's actually on better paper, of course, than a normal poster. Of the CYBERFROG Vampirella cover art, measures 18 inches by 24 inches and is composed of high grade 100-pound archival stock. The perfect measure of durability to ensure its proud owner's enjoyment for years to come. Packaged individually in its own protective tube to guarantee safe shipping and handling. This is going to get to you safe. That is a guarantee. And if it doesn't, I will replace it for you free of cost. You are going to get this thing. This thing is going to arrive like pristine for you. Okay, we're good at that. We're good at shipping. So this is $50. I'm going to sign them all. Let's just say you want all three of the books, the comic books, and you want them autographed. All right, I'll do that. That's $100. I will send you a pack of all three books. I'm going to sign them all for you. Okay. And then finally, all the books signed. So you're going to get this, and you're going to get the poster. That's 4 autographs by me, and you're not missing a thing. $150 gets you everything. Okay. So that is the thing. Margaret Miracle says it will be Zach proof. Yes, it will. It will. I mean, you got to do it right the first time, or you're going to have to, you're going to end up doing it over and over and over again. Zayd Comics says, just backed. Also emailed you earlier to connect. You emailed me? Okay. All right. Thank you, DJ Nutsack. I hope that explains it. And, back the campaign before it ends here. Manic Boy Production says, people back this campaign. We need this. As I said on Twitter, thanks for existing, Ethan. I like to be thanked for doing nothing but just being here, honestly. He says, this is the spearhead we need to get our comic books back. It's a start, guys. It's a start. I mean, look, I think that SJWs in the comic book industry would like to marginalize. Isn't that great that we get to use that word? They would like to marginalize our voices. In fact, it's very important to them, and it's weird how important it is to them. It's so weird that they make it so that we can't work in the comic book industry, and they get complete and total domination of the comic book industry. Total dominance. They don't get, you're not going to get anything except for what they want to give you. That is their plan. They need to shut me down. It's urgent that they stop me because, I'm one of a few people who are mainstream. I mean, we got Mike, we got Doug Tenaple, we got John Malin. I'm one of a handful, Kelsey Shannon, of people who are mainstream, who've been mainstream for a long time and know what to do. Know what comics were, what comics could be, what they need to be. Again, somebody with a fan following, that's you guys. Thank you so much. That allows me to do crazy stuff like this that drives them nuts. CYBERFROG Vampirella, the exclusive variant cover, drove them insane. It drove them insane. They hated this. They hated that I was able to do this. And again, it points to it points in one direction. It points to Comicsgate rising up and taking its rightful place as a huge marketing, cultural shift in the comic book industry back towards normalcy. Back to the customer coming first again. That's what we're doing here. I mean, that's what this is. It could be. It doesn't have to be that. We could fail. We could flop around on the dock like fish out of water, but we could actually push forward and become a return to the 1960s. The early 60s with Stan Lee, creatively, creating comic books for the fans, for the customers again. Oh, that horrifies these people. That terrifies them. We're not doing this for you. This isn't for you. If you don't like our comics, don't buy them. That terrifies these people. They don't like that. They hate the idea of not being able to control everything that you read, everything that you watch on TV, everything that you go to the movies to see. They hate that. They can't stand it. It's terrifying. They need absolute domination of everything that goes into your eyes and in your brain. Yakuse says, I just got the signed 3-pack. Thank you. Oh, that's big. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Jerry's Camo 91Z says, is there a pleasure print? I wish I knew what a pleasure print was. I would answer that question. Barb Rogers says, can we have Vampirella kissing CYBERFROG cover? That could be my next one, honestly. We could do that. I need to do, I think I want to do 3 of these. I don't know if I'm going to have time because I'm already working on CYBERFROG 2 and we're starting Rainbow Brew, but I would like to do a few more of these. Ron Crossman says, did you win your bet and what was it for? Yes, I officially did win my bet. Just FYI, okay? And what was it for? I'm not going to say. And I'm not going to say who it was with either, bastards. I'm not you guys, you know, the guy who, all right. Ronick the Barbarian says, shout out from West Texas, by the way, by way of Louisiana. Your videos are part of my daily routine. They go well with coffee early in the morning. Oh, that's good. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you watch. There are a lot of people who are happy that I'm producing more content. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing some good feedback from people. They like the way Comic Artist Pro Secrets has been lately. And that is absolutely my pleasure. Jerry's Camo 91Z says, we could be heroes. Dr. Martin Luther Pepe says, just bought the comic and the poster. Now back to work. Thank you, Dr. Martin Luther Pepe. That is, you know, thank you so much. That's awesome. Matt Becker says, you know you're going to say, no, I'm not. I will not say. I'll keep it to myself. So, yeah, this is the thing. This terrifies them. And here's the other reason why we terrify them. Let me get a drink before I go into another preamble, another rant, another tirade. Not a preamble. I already did my preamble. Another tirade. DJ Nutsack says, excellent customer service. Now take my money. All right, let's take DJ Nutsack's money by refreshing the campaign. Wow, we're at $61,094. I don't think you can. I don't think you can complain about that. Thank you so much, DJ Nutsack. Amazing, absolutely amazing. I wish we could reach 70,000, but I don't think we're going to have the time. We'll be happy wherever we land. This is enormous. I would like to just blow that bet right out of the water. All right, here's the thing. Here's the thing about this. This is terrifying because also what it shows is that mainstream guys, they don't need to work in the mainstream. This is all about taking this whole thing apart brick by brick. It's corrupt. The building is infested with parasites and SJW termites. We could just take this thing apart piece by piece. Ultimately, what happens is as the comic book industry shrinks and contracts, fewer jobs are available for less money. People are not getting the royalties that they used to get. People are able to get the page rate and the jobs that they used to get. And therefore, some people are starting to look around and say, what's going on? Like, how come I can't pay my bills as easily as I used to be able to? Well, what we are showing is that a big reason for that is that most of the work that you're doing is benefiting a huge corporation. Not even Marvel, not even DC, but Disney and Warner Brothers, who certainly don't even appreciate it. That's where your work is going. All of your work is going to them. It's benefiting them. You know, ultimately, at some point, you know, you're not going to be able to draw anymore, or you're going to, or they're going to no longer find you useful, and you are going to be out of the job, and you're going to realize you've done all of that work for nothing. Yeah, your bookshelves are lined with trade paperbacks that you did, comics that you produced, that you are proud of. Congratulations. They're for $1 a piece at Ollie's Liquidation Mart, by the way. You can get that. You can, you know, that's where they are. That's what they're worth in actual fact. Yeah, you know, you have a history in a medium that is rapidly going away because of just the miserable efforts, the hijacking of social justice warriors who have ruined it. You're going to realize that sooner or later, you're going to realize that having worked on Batman your entire life didn't amount to much. You know, and I could mention a few names of people who died broke just recently that worked for decades on Batman. And oh yeah, here's a book, The Collective This is the work, the Batman work of so and so, and it's a retrospective, and it looks old fashioned. You own nothing. You own nothing. You did all of this, and you have absolutely nothing to show for it at the end of your life. And look, you don't have to do this. You don't have to depend on these people. You don't have to slave away on their pyramids. And second of all, you really you don't have to beg them for work. You don't have to depend on them. You don't have to close your mouth. I mean, you probably should, but you don't have to. You can be who you want. If you want to use your platform to talk about religion and politics, you can do it. You can't do it at the big two. You can't do it. This offers you the freedom to be able to do that if you want. I don't recommend it. I say just, try to just remember you're a hot dog salesman selling fun stuff. But you can do that. You have the freedom. You have the ability through Comicsgate to control your own destiny and own your own work. I own CyberFrog. I own Salamandroid. They're mine. I'm not giving them up for anything. And people have asked. I'm not giving them up. They're mine forever. They're my babies. They've been with me since I was 19 years old, and I'm going to keep them. I'm going to hang on to them. I'm going to profit by them. I'm going to build a large nest egg. I'm going to protect them, and I'm going to hand them over. I'm going to hand over the results of my work to my kids when I die. Well, first Andrea, because I'm going to go before Andrea. First I'll hand over the results of my work to Andrea. Echo Base Network says, after all your CyberFrog stuff ships, how much do you see people trying to sell it for on eBay? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I think the Salamandroid variant cover is going to be very pricey on eBay. It's going to be very pricey on eBay. Because there are only a few of those. I don't even know how many of those sold. I can't remember. Not too many. And this is the same. Look at this. We've sold maybe about 2,000 of these. I think we've sold maybe less than 2,000 copies of this. This is rare. This is another rarity. This is going to be a thing that people want. And it's a good thing that we're closing it down now. If you missed out, you missed out. I mean, that's just the way it goes. But we are going to close this down and just preserve its collectability. For those people who were there, this was only open for 1 month. You had your chance. It did pretty well. I think it did. It did almost what CyberFrog's the Salamandroid variant cover did pretty well. If you missed out, you missed out. We're not going to go back to press on this. This is the end right here, the end of this. And we've got way less than an hour left. I don't know when this is going to flip over and say in demand, and then I got to kill that. But yeah, we are at the end. We're at the end of this campaign, and I thank you guys for it. $61,559. Magnificent. This sends a message to the comic book industry that there are people out there who just want fun. And by the way, they will buy variant covers. They'll buy variant. You guys will buy variant covers. You just don't want to be tricked by them. Fans buying variant covers is a different thing. I mean, than what the companies are currently doing with variant covers. The big two, these other companies, they use variant covers as a way to get retailers, these poor mom and pop shops that are just trying to sell comic books to keep their doors open. They use these variant covers as a way of saying, look, here's Batman, number 652, or whatever it is. And it's like, there are 3 different variant covers. There are 3 different variant covers. So the poor retailer doesn't know how many to buy, because if it was just one cover, you'd be able to tell how many people are buying Batman. You'd be able to tell, because you'd say, well, I'm missing, I bought 20 copies and I sold 18 of them. So there are 18 customers probably that are buying Batman. But these people send variant covers over, multiple variant covers, so that retailers are constantly put off their feet. They're constantly off balance, wondering how many individuals are actually buying Batman when they look at their ledgers. Don't know. Did somebody buy 3 copies of it? You know, I mean, who bought what? Like, you can't tell what you can't tell. I mean, you just completely you're off balance. You have no idea how many to order next time. Or the other thing they do with variant covers is they'll say, hey, if you buy 50 copies of the regular edition, we'll give you one copy of this rare variant cover that's 1 in 50. This comic is 1 in 50, so there are hardly any of them out there. This comic book is going to pay for everything else. You're going to be able to sell this comic for like $80. And the retailer's like, oh, there are going to be people in my store that are going to be asking for that variant cover. I need to make sure I have that variant cover, especially if it's some kind of special edition, like some kind of lenticular animated, something or other. It's like they've got customers to appease. They've got customers to please. So they go ahead, they order the 50 copies of the regular edition, and then sell the lenticular cover. And then people still come in and say, well, where's the lenticular? I don't want this. Why would I want a boring edition? Why would I want an edition that nobody cares about? Why would I want one of the 50 copies of just the regular paper cover when I could have had the lenticular edition? And retailers are stuck. What are they going to buy? 500 copies and get 10 lenticulars? 500 copies that are rotting on their shelves? These people are just slaughtering rainforests. Cyborg Valkyrie says 2,032 copies of the Salamandroid cover. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. So that's the rarest one. That is the most rare cover. Let's see. What is True says, hey, Ethan, can you confirm or deny that there is hidden words in the artwork? In this artwork, there's no hidden words. I will deny that. It would be fun to say, yes, there is. I started hiding things in my artwork when I was dealing with being lied to at Marvel Comics. I just started doing it just kind of like, I don't know, as a way of just making myself laugh, creating mischief. I was doing mischief. I no longer need to do mischief for myself. But I will say one thing. This kind of occurred to me. I was outside. I was skimming the pool, and I was thinking, that's when I do my best thinking. And I was thinking, I can do whatever I want now. All of these ideas, all these brilliant ideas that I had for Flash, for other comics, I can kind of do them myself. I can do gimmickry. I can actually do it myself now. I had so many good ideas for like interesting things about comic books. I would see comic books as like three-dimensional. Yeah, there's the story and there's the art, and then you can go back and you can read the story and you can look at the art even closer. But what if there was some extra element? What if there was something else in the comic book that was secret, something that you could unlock, hidden messages, that were buried within the gutters of the comic, the panels that you could find, things like that that are not apparent. You have to fold the comic book a certain way in order to read them. I told DC Comics this stuff, and they thought I was crazy. And maybe I am. Maybe I'm crazy. But I just thought, first of all, I think people would be interested in it. People are still talking, 20 years later about, what I did on New X-Men, just hiding the word sex on every page of a comic book. People are still talking about that. So why wouldn't they continue to talk about us doing tricky things like that within the margins of a comic book, adding an extra experience? And plus, they'd probably buy 2 copies because they would ruin 1 copy by folding it all up. Look, that's a good way to get somebody to buy 2 copies of your comic book. That makes sense. They said I was crazy. $62,154. Thank you so much, guys. We're past 62,000 and we're very happy now. Algorithm says, I backed all CyberFrog campaigns and the Vampirella cover. Amazing looking. We'll tweet lots of pics of them to share with the pros that attacked us fans. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Talium 29 says, EVS likes some of the Mad Magazine ideas. Fold-ins. 100%. Like Mad fold-ins are great. Why couldn't you do that with the panel gutters and piece together hidden messages? Ron Crossman says, please do covers for 2 to 4 to complete the Vampy set. Yeah, I think I'm going to. And I like the idea of doing a Vampirella kissing Cyberfrog cover. That's pretty funny. Just kissing him on the snout. I'm also doing, guys, I'm going to do a cover for Vampirella #1 as well. So it looks like they're going to be 5. I'll be doing 5 5 of these crossover covers with Dynamite. You know, just it's fun. I mean, I'm having a good time. I might as well keep doing it. It's not that much work. It's just a cover, you know. It doesn't take that much of my day. $62,379. Thanks everyone. Cyborg Valkyrie says you made over $2,000 since you started this stream. Congratulations, Caesar. Thank you. No, that's you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is big. We're just adding to the total now. We're just adding to the tiers. We're adding to the SJW tiers. Yeah, somebody showed me something that Renfamous tweeted out a couple of weeks ago, and it was like CYBERFROG. This campaign just sitting underneath like 32,000 or something like that, and Renfamous laughing because you know, look, what was it? What was their comment called? What is their awful? Oh, Deadbeats. Deadbeats was at 34,000. Ethan must be so sad. He must be crying. No, you know, that's $62,379. And by the way, I did it all by myself. You know, I did it all myself. I didn't, you know, this is my work. This isn't 42. This isn't the work of 42 creative people, quote unquote, producing. God, this stuff drives me nuts. All the anthologies that SJWs do. I'm not saying anthologies are bad. Anthologies are fun, but SJWs do anthologies because they suck. They're incapable of producing an entire story of length, most of them. And because at the end of the day, you know, look, no one's to blame and everyone's to blame. You know, when Deadbeats comes out, everyone's to blame and no one's to blame. Who do you point the finger at for why this was horrible? Everyone, I guess. You know, everyone. Ron Crossman says, are you sure it didn't take 42 people to make this cover? It always takes a village. You know, in a way it does. It takes Andrea to make sure that I have the free time and the quiet and privacy to be able to work on a page. That means her running the household upstairs. That means her, you know, juggling the kids. So it takes 2 people. It takes, you know, 2 people went into this. And then there's Kyle Ritter who did the beautiful colors. And we've got people who are putting together the, you know, the actual comics themselves, the logo, all that stuff. Maybe 4 or 5 people. 4 or 5 people went into the making of this comic. Yeah. Ron Crossman says, hail Aunt Andrea. She always does the hardest work. Eric S. says, you're giving them way too much credit calling them creators. Well, they create mischief. They create bullshit. Let's be honest. They are creators in their own way. You know, they create poop and they fling it. Working on a Salamandroid piece here. Cyborg Valkyrie says, did your frog saving gift save frogs today? See, Cyborg Valkyrie, that's the problem. I wouldn't know. You know, it's like, how would I know? You know, if they did save frogs, they didn't stop and say thank you. They didn't leave a note. You know, they just weren't in the pool. And they weren't in, there were no frogs. No frogs in the filters today. So, I mean, did it work or we don't know yet. We don't have the data on that. I guess the only way that we would know if the frog log is working, and people sent me these floating frog lily pads, these artificial lily pads, that kind of help frogs get out of the pool once they get in. So, you know, the only way to know if they worked is to find out if they didn't work. And that's, you know, to find frogs in the filter, you know, stuck in the filter looking miserable. If that's the case, we will know. We will know. Some people are suggesting, Spirits Car suggests I set up a camera outside. Now, that might be a little bit weird. A time-lapse camera, says Black Russian Bot. That might be a little weird. Yeah. Captain Deadpool says, Kyle's work is fucking awesome, and Aunt Andrea's house is immaculate. Yo, Aunt Andrea's house is immaculate. She keeps a perfectly clean house. She keeps a perfectly clean house. I think what was I doing? I was making something today. Oh, you know, I was making a kale and pineapple shake for myself. And I took pieces of pineapple, like the rind of the pineapple, over to the garbage can. 3 drops of pineapple juice on the floor. Andrew's like, you're spilling pineapple juice everywhere. Ants are going to get in. And she's down there scrubbing the floor. I was like, wow, like not even pineapple juice. Like I wouldn't even think pineapple juice on the floor would be a big deal. But it's a big deal to her. You know, she's noticing it. She doesn't like it. That's not a clean house if you have pineapple juice on the floor. And by the way, the women are just like, ew. Like Margaret Merkel's like, ew. Wonder Girl 60s is like, ew. But let me ask you something. How exactly do you take eggshells from the stove over to the garbage can without dripping egg yolk? Not egg yolk, but egg white. You can't do it. I get yelled at every single day for that. Manic Boy Production says, back this, people. It's awesome and so important. How do you do it? I mean, I could Dynamo says, I believe this story, but it probably involved a Coke float. No. Anon Nunn says, kale is poison, Uncle Ethan. Paper, plate, bowl. You guys all have ideas. Oh, yeah. Move the garbage closer to the stove. Oh, well, I mean, that's just really. You move the garbage closer to the stove. That's crazy. I would never do that. The garbage can is stationary. It stays where it is. Glenn P says, quite rightly, thank you, Glenn P says, eggshells are a race to the trash. Of course they are. That's how I see it too. And I don't always win. I'm not always the winner. Degazarun, thanks for $1. Appreciate that. Egg Chen 6 Demon Bag says, or don't eat eggs. That's ironic considering your name. I eat eggs every day. You have to. You have to eat eggs for breakfast. It's your shot of protein. You need to get energy in the morning. I've cut out all carbs. I'm not eating carbs, just protein. Echo Base Network says, just backed. Hey, thank you, Echo Base Network. Let's refresh and let's just see. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, you did. Thank you so much. $62,759. Absolutely appreciate you guys. Terry says, hail the human sunbeam. Calliope at Night says, crack the eggs and put the shells in a bowl. Then take the bowl to the trash. Calliope at Night, but then you have a bowl to wash. You see what I'm saying? You kind of want it to be, I want to make less work. But then again, if I drip, egg whites on the floor, your point's well taken. I'm still making work. Yeah. Spirit Scar says, your body needs carbs, not mine. My body doesn't need it. Algorithm says, Ethan drops pie on the floor. I never have. And if I did, I would freak out. That'd be a waste of pie. Cyborg Valkyrie says, you have a dishwasher. Yeah, but I don't know. Yes, of course there's a dishwasher in the house. Andrea. And she listen, it goes in the sink and then it has to go into the machine. It's just extra work. It's just extra stuff. Rebel Leaf says, how has the weight loss been going? Where are we at, Uncle? Weight loss has been okay because of the things that I'm telling you. I look good. I think I look good at this point. Other people have said, every time I show my face on a live stream, I get a whole bevy of people writing in the comment section, I had no idea you look like that. My day's ruined. I had a whole... You sound like you're 20. What the hell happened? Why do you look like you're 68 years old? My God, do I look like that? Like I'm shocking children. Children listen to me talk and they listen to my videos and they assume I'm like a young man, like a young Dick Clark. And then they see me. Erica says, stop using a funhouse mirror. Every single time. There's no good way to take that. When somebody actually takes time out of their day to write, this is the first time I've seen you. You're not what I was expecting. This is just awful. Razdock says, I saw a tall, fat, balding, blonde guy in Kroger and wondered why EVS was in Texas. That wasn't me. Cyborg Valkyrie says, Dick Clark was never young. He was at one time. He was a, perpetual teenager. What is true says, just do cardio stuff and you good, bro. Yeah, you got to watch your diet too, though. You can't, 80% of losing weight is just not eating shit. And that's not easy. Cashbox85 says, "Hey, Uncle E, are you still planning on putting together the CyberFrog Ultimate hardcover compilation of your previous issues?" Yeah, I am. I'm going to do that. It's necessary. It needs to happen. Yeah, people need to be reading that stuff way into the future. Some of the the comics are so bad. Oh my god, my early CyberFrog stuff. People are like, do we need to read it? I'm like, no, you don't. You don't need to read that stuff. Hey, Ethan, the comic books that you drew when you were 20, do we need to read them? No. Yeah, you can read them if you want, but no, don't read them. Just wait for CyberFrog Blood Honey. It's better. It's way better. Tatooine says, EVS, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like you. Well, then why do they always make fun of me? Richard Zavala says, bought the $50 pack of CyberFrog and just bought this. Awesome. Thank you. Let's look in on CyberFrog Blood Honey, by the way. We're going to close this. We're going to leave this open for like 3 more weeks or so, I think. And then we'll finish it out, 22. Wow, we're at 22,000. No, 222,000. So bad at saying numbers. $222,000 for CyberFrog Blood Honey. That is incredible. That's incredible. If you guys haven't backed this is your last chance. I mean, this is the last campaign to get a copy of CyberFrog Blood Honey, the team up cover. And the tiers are pretty good. You get the variant cover comic book. That's this piece, this famous piece right here. Team up variant plus the 1998 ash can, and a bonus ash can, and a sticker, and a bookmark, and 2 trading cards signed. Not the trading cards, the ash cans and the comics. And the bulk team up variant, this is just, hey, people are like, how can I, well, you get 10 copies for $200 this way. You get 10 copies, and I think the shipping is pretty low. Trump 2020 says, please have Yellow Flash on again. He is champion of the gate. I love Yellow Flash. Here's the thing about Yellow Flash. He's got his own show. He's got his own YouTube. So I'm always like, do you want to come in? He's like, I'm busy. I got my own thing. Whenever Yellow Flash wants to come in, he can. Unless he's here to abuse Nasser. When Nasser sneaks onto my panel and lurks there to troll people. I got so much comment about that. Everyone loved Yellow Flash coming in and yelling at Nasser. People say, why can't we keep Comicsgate drama free? But you guys love the drama. You guys love it. I'm all for keeping it drama free. But you guys actually love the drama. You love Yellow Flash telling Nasser to go F himself. You love it. So, more drama, less drama. I don't know. CyberFrog Vampirella exclusive variant cover is now at $62,984. And we are done. We're done. It's over. In demand. It is in demand, everyone. Whew. Thank you so much. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. This book is at the printers right now. I have anticipated how many copies to print, and it is getting shipped out. It's going to be shipped out pretty soon. I will let everyone know. I will keep everyone up to date. The comic is still in demand. It's going to take about a day to kind of close this out, but this is where we landed, $62,984. Why didn't they give me a countdown? It's so climactic that they didn't give me a countdown. I just had to guess. Everyone is saying, hail Yellow Flash. Everyone loves Yellow Flash. Algorithm says, I love the drama. Ryan Crossman says it's over 63 now. Is it? Let's see. Oh, it is $63,104. Feel free to keep backing it. I'll close it out as soon as this is over. Or I think it takes like I have to go into here and I have to say, yeah, close down. We don't want in demand. And they go, are you sure? And I go, yes. And then they go, okay, just wait. And then they close it down. It takes a little while. Nail and Melon says, congratulations, Uncle E. Thank you so much. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Ron Crossman says, you should tell your contacts at Indiegogo with that suggestion. Which suggestion? What did I miss? Senjamin Bisco says, if you weren't such a boomer, you could set up a countdown in OBS. No, but I don't know. I don't know, I wouldn't know, based on what? Down Beast said, did EVS say Yellow Flash is gay? What, recently? No, but I'm sure I'll say it in the future. I'm sure I've said it in the past. Rebel Leaf says, "Good job, Uncle." Thank you, guys. Tatooine says, "Brutus the Badass was one of the first I backed. It had better come out." I think it will. You know. Cyborg Valkyrie says, "Some campaigns have a countdown. It must be a setting." I could go in there and look. I don't even know. When we launch Rainbow Brood, of course, there'll be a countdown. Rainbow Brood is going to be gigantic. I'm very, very, very excited about it. Rainbow Brood's going to kick some ass. All right, $63,169. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for making this a big success. Thank you for making it an ostentatious, enormous success that will make SJWs cry. Manga Man says, "Was backer 1,070 an hour ago. Count was delayed." Wow. Sailor Moon loves Tuxedo Mask says, "Emperor Palpatine is more pleasant to the eye than you." That's not nice, Sailor Moon. He is handsome, though. He is handsome. Ravenzi Black says, "Yellow Flash is not gay." There are a lot of people who are arguing about whether or not Yellow Flash is gay. Well, I'll stay out of that argument. I have no way of knowing. Fluxcore says, "Well done, EVS." Captain Deadpool says, "I love when SJWs cry." This is what it sounds like when SJWs cry, right here. It sounds like this. It sounds like, oh my God. By the way, let me just go through these really quickly as well. I've been promoting a bunch of new campaigns. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but like Comicsgate goes forward. I mean, it's not always people go, yeah, but what about the same old guys? Well, when they get their campaigns out, when everybody's fulfilled their campaigns and they want to do new stuff, you've got Mike S. Miller, who's already like on his 50th campaign. But when we have new guys who are producing good work that deserves more more eyeballs on it, I want to do that. I want to actually show people their work. I want to promote their campaigns, and I want to make people aware of how amazing Comicsgate is. By the way, this is still chugging. You guys are kicking ass. $63,259, still chugging along. Micah Curtis, YouTuber Micah Curtis, just opened up his Indiegogo campaign today on my live stream. Englewood, a comic by Micah Curtis, Martinez and Strange, A Hero is Born in Blood. This looks like a video game meant to be. This is like Double Dragon or something. It's going to be a lot of fun. He's got to see. Micah doesn't listen to my show every day, or he would know. The quick jab, the power jab, the jab combo, the counterpunch. This means nothing. This doesn't mean anything to people who are thinking about backing your book, Micah. You can't do this. You've got to just be like the comic book, the poster. Make it simple. Make it simple for people. Englewood looks like fun. Monster MD is an incredible success. It is just moving along here. Monster MD by Von Klaus, $37,479. This book just kicks ass. I mean, it's just beautiful, beautiful, fun cartooning. Look at this. This is the thing. People don't understand like how complicated it is to come up with wonderfully drawn, like beautiful angles like this, beautiful camera angles and storytelling. It ain't easy. And this artist here is one of the best I've seen in Comicsgate. Marco Macagni. Great colors as well. When Tanya Wicker, when Kyle Ritter inevitably becomes a superstar of his own on his own book Starblades, and I need a new colorist because Kyle Ritter is no longer willing to color CYBERFROG or Rainbow Brute. Tanya Wicker looks good. I really like it. Back this comic book, back Shinobi Sasquatch. It's another big one. Cal Jameson, $35,032 for Cal. This is great. I mean, we just get out there, we promote other comics. We want to get everyone successful. We want to make everyone a success. We want to make everyone able to do what they always wanted to do, which was produce a comic in an industry that just doesn't want them. If you're not willing to kowtow to SJWs, we don't want you. Okay, well, the fans still do. The customers still do. Ben Hennessy or Ben Henderson, Offworlder, The Protectors of Sarah, $9,457. This book looks kick-ass. Look how great that looks. Let me look at some of the art here. Oh, yeah. I would say yeah to this. This looks cool, man. This cover looks like Barry Windsor Smith. Let me show you this. I mean, that looks like Barry Windsor Smith to me. Look at the movement. Look how cool that is. Yeah, if you don't like that, you don't like ice cream. Liam Gray says, Ethan, do I need to factor postage into the goal, or so long as I have my postage rates clear on each tier, am I in the clear? Yeah. They're gonna ask you when you build your campaign, does this need to be shipped? And you're gonna say yes, and they're gonna say how much is shipping, and you're gonna have a choice to make shipping as simple or complicated as you want. And yeah, I mean, it will automatically factor into your goal, so be aware of that. Be aware if your goal is $30 and your comic book is $20 with $10 shipping, you're going to sell one book and you're going to have met your goal. Okay, shipping is in there, so be aware. All right, so College of the Dead, a nice zombie comic that we've been promoting. I like the way this book looks. Another Kyle Ritter colored cover. Just one of these fun kind of like zombie movies as a comic book. And then, of course, the amazing Vinny Tartamella, and his new book, City of Venus, Dead City. I understand this met its goal. Let's see it happen. Boom, $2,620 of his $25 goal. So he's at 104% of his goal. And we're going to keep promoting this. I love the way this guy draws women. And look at this. Vinny is great because Vinny actually did designs for McFarlane Toys. This guy's a toy designer. I mean, he was like the lead designer at Todd McFarlane's toy company. And it shows. I mean, you can see it in his artwork. Look at this. How can you not like that? You have to like that. You have to. You better like it. Okay, hold on a second. Press home to open. My iPad's going down all the time. How many more times do I need to refresh these iPads? Ridiculous. All right, so that is pretty awesome. These are the books that I'm kind of promoting right now. Also, a book called Iron Skies, which just looks incredible. But I guess Chris of Iron Skies didn't come on my show today, so I don't have that link up here. I do like to just kind of refresh them and just see little bits of progress as these guys do better and better, and they are more and more closer and closer to reaching their dreams of having their own comic books out there and upsetting everyone. Upsetting the SJWs. Okay. All right. So CYBERFROG and Vampirella, thank you again, guys. Thank you so much. We are at $63,379. It is a dream come true. Appreciate it. If you haven't backed it, I'll give you a few more minutes. I'm gonna post the. I'm gonna send them a note saying please shut this down. I'm going to do a little bit more work tonight, and then I'm going to try to go to sleep for longer than just a few hours at a time. I'm just sleeping for a few hours at a time. Marbley says, sup, Uncle E, joining us for the end. Joining for the end. So glad to see how this went. Yeah, it went great. Dynamo says, Clownfish is getting weird warnings on their videos now. Is that right? I talked to him in private about something like that. I'll find out what he's doing. Yeah. All right, so if you guys wouldn't mind, hit thumbs up on your way out. I'm going to say goodnight tonight. Thank you guys for making this a success, as you do. Comicsgate succeeds because of you guys and everything that you do. This is magnificent. I appreciate you. Yes, I won the bet. And that's all we wanted to do. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you again tomorrow. We'll do another live stream tomorrow. We got other books to promote. And we've got lots of weirdo news in Star Wars and stuff like that. So we'll keep going. Have a great night and see you again. Bye.